Today is Monday the 29th of March 2010. It's been 4 weeks since my last raid. In that time, London Anonymous has continued to protest the TCR org daily. We're now tied with the magnificent man Anon Sparrow at 16. And this raid will just topple us over the top into 17 days straight. So, hooray, hooray. Okay, we're now approaching the Tottenham Court Road org. As you can see, there is no KSW. Absolutely awful. Who have we got inside? Hey guys! David Miscavige sent me. I've got the instructions on how to find people's ruins. Step 1, set up the table. You haven't done step 1, guys. Step 2, to the public. You're not taught. This is rubbish. There is no KSW in this org. I'm angered, outraged. So, I spoke too soon, because on the other side of the street we have Teslin, I believe her name is, the only person, thank you sir, the only person who exhibits any signs of KSW, but she's doing it wrong. She's not following the tech, so I'm going to inform her of that. Good afternoon, Mrs. McLean, how are you? I just wanted to let you know that David Miscavige gave me a call, and he's going to take time from beating church members to come down and have a serious talk about the lack of KSW going on here. I have the correct notes on how to offer people free stress tests and find the ruin. If you're struggling to find people's ruin, Teslin, I have the instructions here with me. Hard sell, hard sell. Come on, you know the drill. The Church of Scientology, the criminal enterprise designed to make money. Google Scientology deaths. Find out the people who have lost their 20th century man's a lot smarter than 1950s L. Ron Hubbard. Protesting against Scientology, sir. Yeah? Good man. I have a very interesting article about the Scientology sweatshops that they're running in America. Now these are, thank you very much sir, now these are Scientologists who are working with at most 2 hours sleep a night and absolutely no pay, 24/7, producing your little leaflets, making your DVDs. These people are slaves, and as the article rightly states, if they were to have a little bit of money in their pocket or just a good night's sleep, they would probably wake up and run so far, no OT8 on the planet's going to be able to track them down. Your church is a criminal cult, a mind control. If you have doubts about the way things are acting, the way things are working inside the church, your doubts are valid. You have the right to doubt things. Abuse, violence, beatings, child labour, slave labour, human trafficking, suicide. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And it's not all lies, guys. Thank you, sir. It's not all lies. These things have actually happened, and they've happened because of the Church of Scientology. How many more lies are you guys going to be ashamed? You don't have to be afraid. You have the right to look into things for yourselves.
What's that Dianetics on Scientology?
Yes, sir.
How will they try to lure you in?
Indeed.
A free stress test.
Yes.
I don't need a test, I wanted stress.
That's what I used to say as well. I saw you were inside there as I walked by. Were you just having a couple of questions, or?
I was a great film they got in there about it. A really nice film, yeah. He flew airplanes, made films, he wrote books.
Well, a lot of what they claim L. Ron Hubbard to be
it's not quite true.
It's not quite true. I mean, a lot of it's basically sort of like massive exaggerations on things that sort of happen. So if you go to somewhere like a good website is ex-Scientologykids.com. These are people who grew up inside the cult and managed to escape.
And I was looking at the way that it was portrayed, and I thought, well, these guys are in the PR business. They must be, otherwise they wouldn't be running this cult. And then I thought, let's see their angle. And I've been a bit of a salesman in the past myself, and I thought, I've always read the Bible, and I thought, yeah, well, you know, the gift of God is eternal life, and it's free. So if it's free, why are they trying to flog a book?
Absolutely. I mean, they don't believe in God or anything quite like that. You know, they don't have a system of worship. You know, Scientology and Dianetics is basically just a series of self-help
And of course, the Lord Jesus always said that the truth is so simple that even a child can understand it. So,
unless you're part of the cult of Scientology.
That's right, yeah. And whereabouts are you from, Geese?
Me? Oh, I live in London. Yeah, I'm not here for too much longer, but I've been living here for about 5 years, and basically this is on my doorstep. Yeah, I did enough research when they first offered me a test to stay away, and then last year I did like more and more, and it was the breaking up of families and the suicides and the fraud and everything else that went with it. And I just got to the stage where I thought an innocent thing like a free personality test could potentially end up like this, and this could be anyone down the street. So I thought, it's on my doorstep, time to do something. I do get that a lot, but I mean the big difference is that Scientology was purposely set up to make money, to take people in and to basically control them mentally. Now, you could argue that other religions do that.
Yes, they do.
But were they set up? Are they going to cost you £250,000? And okay, I appreciate the Catholic Church at the moment isn't in the best light, but when you're talking about forcing females to have abortions, breaking up a family, locking people away, chaining them to pipes and stuff like this. There was a stage when I first started this that I kind of had the attitude, if Scientology helps people, then that's okay, if they're not seeing the abuses. But the more I've gotten to understand it, and the more I've spoken to people who have been inside it and studied it a bit myself, the more that opinion's kind of changing.
Yeah, well, I'm not
really... 2 seconds, I just need to talk to my friend. We've been watched by someone I've seen here quite a few times before. Sorry to interrupt. We're being watched by a guy farther down. So, yeah, just be careful.